guys, it is Carl Brown from GuitarLessons365.com. Got a classic for you today. We're going to learn how to play a rock and roll band by Boston. But first, please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Ring that little notification bell too so you'll know when I release a new video. And you know, go to my website too and support me there, GuitarLessons365.com. I just appreciate the support. Join my academy. We'll have a lot of fun. So let's get going on this. We are in standard tuning here. And we've got, it's a pretty straightforward song here. Some harmony guitar stuff, which I'll show you. Sometimes I'm going to kind of cheat the harmony stuff. Just play what is like he would play live instead of the actual, all the harmony parts. So kind of make it easier for you to recreate it live yourself. So let's start here with this intro. So we have this riff a couple times, and then obviously over that, you hear a little trill come in there. So let's look at the riff first. We have just at the second fret here, power chord off the A string. And then you're just going to play, you lift up the pinky to make it 2 on both of those strings. So you kind of rotate between those two a couple times. Then you pick the chord again. Then the A power chord there, open A string, second fret on the D. And then over to the low E power chord. And he kind of hits the power chord first. And then the low E string by itself again. Then back over to that A power. Then back over to the low E. Try this. Then you just repeat that. I'm sorry. So 3 times. And then we get to the, where it's building into the verse. You're just going to play that power chord a few times without moving now. It's kind of palm muted. Then you have this. So that's sliding into the 6th fret of the A string. That power chord off the 2nd fret saying B power chord. Open A power chord over to the low E power chord. That goes into that riff. Now obviously over this intro riff, as he's playing, he plays it a couple times, and the 3rd time you have a trill over it, which is just between 2 and 4 on the G string. And then, all right, then we have the verse, which sounds like this, real fun to play. And then right there really starts the pre-chorus, so I'll kind of stop there for a second. So, but they're very connected though. You can call it a verse if you want. So we're going to start here with the low power E power chord. Hit it a couple times. And then go 3-4 on the low E string, over to 2 on the D, back to 3-4 on the low E. One more time. Then over to the A power chord. Did that a couple times. And then just go 0, 3, 4 on the A string. Back to the A, open A, and 3-4 on the low E. So we have this all together. And just repeat that. So after 4 times, though, when you get to this part of the 0, 3, 4 on the A string, you do this real quick. It's a quick down up on the 5th fret and then the 6th fret. And then you go back to start over. So we have this. And then it just kind of continues the same riff with one little change. So right there, so it's the first half of it was the same. Then to that A power chord, you go 0, 3, 4, and then do this. It's a hammer on 0, 3 on the A. Pull back off. A quick little 0, 3, 0. And then play that 3, 4 on the low E. So all together. E. Now here we kind of really get to, kind of feels like a pre-chorus. So that's after playing that kind of variation of the verse riff twice. You remember that's coming out of right here. It starts the same. So it's the same at the very first half of the verse riff. Then we go to this power chord off the 2nd fret of the low E string. So F sharp power chord. And then we have a quick little fill, which is a hammer 4 to 6 on the low E string. Over to 4 on the A, 4 on the D, then 6, 4 on the A. So we have this. And then up to the. So we're this pre-chorus. It goes. It builds after this. Builds on the 5, up to the 7, and stops. And here's where we have that little harmony guitar lick. All right, so we really have 3 guitars there. We have got one that moves up and plays that chord, the 7th fret there, the power chord. And then one that plays a high harmony, which Tom Scholz usually does. So slide into 9 on the B string, 7. Then play 9, 8, 9 on the G. If you have a second guitar player, you can have them play the lower harmony part. So that's just sliding into 5 on the B, 4, then 6, 4, 6 on the G. Now this could be like kind of how they do it live. Tom Scholz plays that and just kind of holds the note for a little bit. And the other one goes into the chorus chords from there. All right, so the chorus chords looks like this. All right, that's hard to sing, so I'm gonna just hum it. So we're gonna start here with this chord. It's a power chord off the 4th fret there of the A string. So 4th fret on the A, 6 on the D, and 6 on the G. But they're also going to add the 5th of the chord into the bass. So now you're actually going to bar across the 5th and 6th string there at the 4th fret. And then to the A power chord and B power chord. So we got that. All right, so after you've done that twice, then when we get to this low E power chord, which has an overdub on it, which I don't really see them doing live, but I'll show you. Live, they just kind of go. All right, so usually it's just done like that live. So I'll do that first. Low E power chord, then the F sharp power chord, second fret, then 2, 3, 4, 5. So just move it up a fret at a time. So this 5, 7, and over to the E power chord off the 7th fret of the A string. And then there's a little fill in there, which open E, slide into the 4th fret of the low E string, and then play 2, 4 on the A. And then end it with that E power chord there. All right, so the little fill that happens in the chorus, is over this E. You'll hear that on the recording, but you really won't see them do it live. But which is a quick hammer on 9 to 11 on the A string, and then play 9 on the D, 9 on the G, back to 9 on the D, and back to 11 on the A. So if you want, you like the challenge, when you get to that chord, you can jump up and grab it. All right, so it's really cool. The guitar parts are just moving all over the place all the time, so it's a lot of fun to do. So we go back through the verse and the pre-chorus and the chorus the exact same way, same fill going into the chorus, harmonized fill. And then we get to the solo. It's the only new section. Actually leaving the chorus the last time, and it's like they just kind of build on that, just keep playing that E to build up into the chorus. Let me show you real quick before I do this, to build into the solo, I'm sorry. Real quick, before we get into the solo, let me show you the rhythm parts that are going on right there. So, all right, so it's kind of similar to the intro. So play that F sharp power chord off the 9th fret of the A string. And like we did before, just like we did at the beginning. So you do that there. And then you play that B power chord twice, and then the E power chord over off this A string once, so it's 7th fret, and then it should come up and repeat. So you do that 3 times. The 3rd time, after that, just grab the A power chord off the low E, and then to this side up 2 frets. All right, and then you're back to the verse. So I'll play the solo now for you. Now when I'm playing this, I'm playing it kind of like he does it live. There's obviously a harmonized guitar part in there. So what I'm going to do is kind of pick and choose between which harmonized part I'm going to play on. I'm pretty much playing it like he does live, except for one note where I kind of chose the different harmony part, and he chose the high harmony, I chose the low harmony part. But I'll show you how he does it too. So, all right, so let's take a look at it. right, so beginning, just one guitar. So that's going to be a bend, whole step bend at the 13th fret on the G string. And then add some vibrato to it. And then bend again. And slowly release. And release. You kind of release the bend at the end. Pull off to 11. Over to 14 on the B. Back to 11 on G. Pick that again, the 11. Do the bend there at the 13 again. Release the 13. Yeah, when I did that, play the 14 on the high E. Pull off to 11. Back to 13. Over to 11 on the D. So real slow, just play the lick. All right, now here we start the run that starts without a harmonized guitar part playing with it, and then it becomes a harmonized part. And what he plays live is this. Oh, he's actually kind of doing that in the lower octave. Back in the day, he played it like that. All right, so we start here at the 7th fret of the B string. And then you're going to do a bend at the 9th fret. So this kind of is kind of a loner here. Doesn't mean anything. Then we start the pattern, which is the bend at the 9th fret of the G, back to the into the 7th on the B, and then pull off 10 to 7. So do it twice. And then so when he gets up here, he goes up to the same lick, but he doesn't do the bend, which is at the 13th fret there on the G, over to 11 on the B, hammer 14, pull back off to 11, and then move up to the 16th fret and do that. 16th fret on the G, and then hammer 14, 17, back to 14. So this. So. Slower. Now here is where I do a little bit different. I do the lower harmony bend. Just like the sound of it, because it's actually higher in the mix on the album. So that's the bend at the 17th fret on the B string. But he goes ahead and chooses the high harmony bend. So you can do that one too. That's the bend at the 16th fret on the high E string. So he goes like this. And I'm doing this. I just like the sound of it. But they both sound cool. And then I go to the high, I'm playing the high harmony part like he does the rest of them. So that's just the hammering 14 to 16 on the high E, pull back off to 14, over to 16 on the B, back to 14 on the high E. Then up to a bend at the 19th fret there on the high E string. Release, pick it without the bend, and then bend again. And then do that little, okay, same like we did here. You do it here now, the 17th fret. And then up to the 20th fret. The same little bend, then pick it without the bend. And then hold that bend again at the 20th. So it was, and then end it, which is just sliding into the 9 on the D string, 7, then, and then 10, 7 on the A. And I kind of seem to, he'll do that like that live now, just bring it down to octave, which is just 2-0 on the A and 3-0 on the low E. So if you want to do it like he does it these days, he uses kind of like a little lead in. But on the album, kind of let that ring. All right, so now we go back through the same verse, chorus, pre-chorus, same thing. So when we get to this next chorus, at the 2-minute and 38-second mark, there's kind of a little extension of the chorus that kind of ends the song with a little bit of harmony guitar stuff, some slide guitar. So I've kind of cheated the slide guitar a little bit, so you're just doing a couple of the harmony parts and we're not using a slide. And we're also, the previous harmony part, I'll show you both parts there too. So at the 2-minute and 38-second, you're going to see that the end of this chorus, so I'm not doing the high harmony licks with the slide. I'm not even using a slide. So should make it pretty easy to play. And it still sounds convincing. They don't even do that section live that I see anyway. So they just kind of do away with it. So let's start here. Now coming out of that chorus. So you get to this E, and then suddenly it's not the end of the chorus. Go from that power chord there to 7th fret up to the 9th. And then the high harmony part from there, which is just on the D string, 8, 9, 10, 11, little chromatic lick. 8, 9, 10, 11, then up to 13, and then go back to these chords here. The 10th fret power chord and 12th fret power chord. So this off the A string. And then it gets to that little other harmony part. Now the other guitar line, so we're gonna play, start the same. And then so this harmony part's gonna start here. While this is going, we have this under it, which is just 4, 5, 6, 7 on the D. Up to 9. A G power chord. So open G power chord. So just like a G major chord, you're just muting that A string. And the A power chord. So that went with this. And then that guitar goes down and starts playing basically just really the main riff, the verse with a couple of pauses in it there. So, and then we have this up top. So that's just sliding into the 9th fret of the G and the B, and then end of the 12th fret of the G and the B, and then 9 on the G, 10 on the B, and then move that down 2 frets to 9 on the G, 8 on the B, and start over. And you can like let them slide down. Just kind of recreate that slide stuff. So when that slide, that's when the riffs are. So coming out of this, so you start like the 3rd time through, and then from there just jump right to this power chord at the 5th fret of the A string, then the open A power chord, and then the low E power chord. And then you ruin your favorite pick by doing pick slides. And you're in a rock band. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's it's a really, really fun song to play. It's got just riffs that move around. You're not just kind of strumming the same stuff all the time. And the solo is really cool too. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.